All right, good morning, everybody. It's the morning of the SAG nominations announcement. So I have my I do have Instagram, by the way. Not that you guys want to follow it. I haven't posted anything in like 4 years, but I do have everything pulled up here and ready to go. So we'll go ahead and we're just kind of in limbo just for a couple minutes here. Looks like there's about 5 minutes here. So if you're watching this later, you can probably go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. They did say that the stunt ensemble nominees should be announced here very shortly, and I see there's a new story on the SAG page, so let's see what's happening. And I'm going to turn my sound up. Hopefully you guys can hear this.
To be able to announce the nominees for the first of our two stunt honors. For outstanding action performance by an ensemble in a television series, the nominees are Andor,
Yep,
The Boys,
makes sense.
House of the Dragon,
Yep, definitely makes sense.
Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power,
Totally makes sense.
and Stranger Things.
Okay.
Congratulations to all of this year's nominees. And on behalf of SAG-AFTRA, a very special thank you to People Magazine for hosting the SAG Awards Gala and their very generous support of the SAG-AFTRA Foundation.
Okay, so that's the TV stuff. Yeah, so by the way, when we get to the film stuff, there's only going to be 6 categories, of course. You've got stunt ensemble for motion pictures. Then you have all the 4 acting races and ensemble. I'll remind us that my predictions this year for stunt ensemble are Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Batman, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and The Woman King. That's the 5 I have down. So yeah, I have Top Gun missing, which is that might just be an easy miss. Well, they've got a new story. Let's see if I'm accurate in that.
I'm Jason George, here to announce the nominees for Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in a Motion Picture.
Okay.
The nominees are Avatar, The Way of Water,
Okay.
The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Top Gun Maverick, and The Woman King. Congratulations to all of our nominees. Now stay here on SAG Awards Instagram Live for the rest of the 29th Annual SAG Awards nominations. They stream live at 7 a.m. Pacific with Ashley Park and Haley Lou Richardson. Take care.
Okay, and that is only about probably 2.5 minutes away here. So I guess yeah, we got that amount of time to quickly recap. Okay, what else am I expecting here today? And the stunt category. Now the Avatar one, I'm a little surprised at, just because it's so green screened. I figured they weren't going to touch that one, but there you go. And then Top Gun 2, it's like, okay, it's the real actors. Somehow in 1917, when it's the real actors and a lot of it's green screen, that doesn't qualify, or that's not for them. But Top Gun is fine. Now, that being said, though, I do think for Top Gun especially, it's like, it's such a popular movie. It's probably more they just needed to give it something if they couldn't get Tom Cruise in, and more likely if they couldn't get the ensemble in overall. Otherwise, yep, Woman King was a good call, Batman was a good call, and Black Panther, that was. So, more or less, those Batman and Black Panther were more obvious, but Woman King was one I was like, yeah, that looks like one they would go for. It's, fairly non-white cast and everything, and they do like their diversity here at SAG. So, anyways, again, just to recap here, the films that I think are going to do really well here this morning at SAG, Banshees, I think, is going to continue off of its 3 wins last night at the Globes and probably get either very close to tying or will tie the record for most nominations ever at SAG. And we can actually say the same is probably going to be true for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Both films I have getting, or had getting 5 nominations, but since Everything Everywhere All at Once did not get into the stunt ensemble just now, I think that one tops out at 4 now. So, let's see. Actually, no, I have it getting 4. Sorry, it can top out at 5. Okay, so that can tie as well. But yeah, Banshees, I really don't see that one having a problem here getting to 5, as long as there's no weird thing that happens there, because it seems like Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan are just going to get in everywhere, both of them. Kerry Condon's not having a problem getting in. Colin Farrell, obviously, I don't think will have any problem getting in, and it's just going to be up to whether or not they included an ensemble. If it's one of those weird ones like Power of the Dog, where it's like, hey, they nominate everybody, but no ensemble, it'd have to be a weird case like that. And especially off of what we've seen so far, and it doing so well on the BAFTA long list, which is, again, more or less expected since it is set in, Ireland and stuff, yeah. Let's say otherwise, Fabelmans should do okay here today. The Woman King, I think, will continue with at least another nomination for lead actress, and I have it in ensemble as well. And I don't know. I think ensemble, I think it's a good shot, a really good shot. Just keep refreshing here. So it is 7 Pacific, so they should be live any moment now. But otherwise, yeah, for the couple other things we can mention here, I think this is the last chance for Hugh Jackman since he's not on the BAFTA long list. If he doesn't make it in today, it's going to be really tough for him to get the nomination. Ultimately, I think it would, for me, I'd have to put him out of my predictions after today until we hear more from like actual voters right before the nominations come out, where they're like, oh, I saw The Sun and it was really good. If we hear a lot of that, then okay, not only does it have a shot for getting Hugh Jackman, and maybe even that screenplay can bounce back in, possibly. We'll see. Let's say otherwise, yeah, The Fabelmans, what that does in supporting actor especially, that's going to be really key here today. And we'll see if it can get one or both Paul Dano and Judd Hirsch in. Right now I just have Judd Hirsch, so I'm kind of splitting the difference there. Possibly a last chance for Carey Mulligan. She is on the long list at BAFTA, so she could appear there, but especially with that film seeming to just not stick with everybody right now, yeah, I feel like anything, all the momentum it can build up with previous nominations leading up to the Oscars is really going to help it. If it turns out being one of those cases where it's the only expected nomination for its film, I'm kind of thinking of like Ruth Negga last year in Loving, or Timothée Chalamet for Beautiful Boy, stuff like that, then I can see her still miss, though. Because at the end of the day, especially in the acting branch, they have a lot to look at. They have 20 nominees to hand out. So it's fair to assume that not all the voters are going to get to that film. So if not enough of them get to them, and it's just overall just not their movie, it's not going to get in. So that's kind of how that goes sometimes. Otherwise, in the Best Actress category, we'll see if maybe Margot Robbie can smash in. I don't have her getting in today, but that would be, again, a big continued run for her. Especially, would be really, really helpful for her since she's not on the BAFTA long list. And especially, again, since the film is pretty divisive. It did have a couple screenings earlier in November, but it didn't release until December. And generally speaking, with the SAG calendar, that was, kind of a big question mark in previous years. But since they're announcing them here in closer to mid-January, it might not be as big a problem as it has been in previous years. Okay, I've got 2 minutes after, and there's nothing from SAG here. I might look around a little bit here just to see if there's...
Okay, so yesterday I talked on the show about him.
Get out of here. Was that John Campy? I still follow him on Instagram? Jeez, I haven't watched him in years. Well, not years, a couple months, I guess. Every once in a while, something will come up. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But when he's talking about stuff, but... hold on a minute. SAG-AFTRA? Okay, that's just... Yep, that's just repeating what we already know. They got 2 different pages, which is going to be a little bit of a bitch to... Potentially. We'll see if they... There's SAG-AFTRA, and then there was SAG Awards, or something like that. Hold on. Yeah, SAG Awards, and then... Oh, here we go. Now they're live. Here we go. I'll get the volume back up, guys.
And I remember seeing some of your cast in row.
Okay, and they're going to have plenty of TV nominees, too, so we're going to skip past those, not pay as much attention.
The crossover we did, like, Emily Pierce.
The White Lotus.
In White Lotus. I wanted to do that. Okay. Let me see. Should we say hi to people?
I guess. Hi to people.
I feel
What's
like
up?
I don't have time to type, guys,
people
sorry.
are here.
By the time I send a message off, they're going to be 16 messages
we're here,
deep.
by the way, to announce some stuff. We're announcing the 29th annual SAG Awards nominees.
I can't believe that we're getting to do this.
I can't
Also,
believe
because the
someone
SAG
asked us.
so, like, genuinely cool because it's, peers and people in the industry voting for it. So it's
Yeah,
really
the pairing with
meaningful.
Netflix, too, with how they're going to announce the show and
It
stuff,
does.
that... We'll see.
Yay,
We'll see if Netflix does better than
Okay,
normal
let's see.
this morning.
No one's really
I have Glass
saying
Onion
anything
getting in.
interesting. Can someone say something
Ellen
interesting?
says you're great. You guys are great too.
I'm trying to think what else could get in for Ensemble that's from Netflix, though. Not very much.
White
White
Lotus
Lotus Girl.
That's me. That's my full name.
I know her from the Haley Steinfeld one from a few years ago.
I know. I actually do.
Edge of 17. She was pretty good in that.
Okay.
That's I
Should we do
can't remember her
this?
name. They've said it 5 times, but I can't remember.
Right, our purpose.
Yes. Let's not get
Okay, cool.
See, Ashley Park. That
Do
sounds
I
like one of the
start?
names, but that's not. I don't think that's her though.
Well, kind of.
She's on the bottom if
You
you're
start, but
rewatching
tell
this
me what to
or
do.
watching it live with me
Announce
somehow.
nominees in 13 categories.
And we got almost 10,000
8
people
for
watching though.
television and 5 for motion pictures. And Haley, in that beautiful blouse.
Didn't they extend and there's more
This is
TV
your
categories
cue.
now, or am I dreaming that?
Okay, cool. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna.
If I was doing this, I'd be pumped too. I love this stuff.
Okay, the nominees for outstanding performance by a female actor in a television movie or limited series are Emily Blunt, The English, Jessica Chastain, George and Tammy.
Yeah, that's getting a bunch
This
of
is
stuff.
so exciting. I know. I'm like, good job, guys. Julia Gardner, Inventing Anna, Niecy Nash Betts, Dahmer, Monster.
Yeah,
The Jeffrey
everybody
Dahmer
likes that
Story,
one, the Dahmer one.
Amanda Seyfried, The Dropout.
Yeah, I think I had a couple relatives watch The Dropout and
Nice.
they liked
Okay,
it.
One down. You did great. I never want this much responsibility again. Okay, and now the nominees for outstanding performance by a male actor in a television movie or limited series. The nominees are Steve Carell, The Patient, Taron Egerton, Blackbird,
Yeah, I got a couple.
Sam
things.
Elliott, 1883,
Hmm.
Paul Walter Hauser, Blackbird, Evan Peters, Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
Yeah, Evan Peters makes sense totally.
Woo! Good job.
He won last night too at the
I
Globes,
love
if I remember.
nominees and to you because this is actually really scary for some reason. It feels like a lot of just like all the pressure that these people could be feeling. Us to like.
And I
it's
want
just
to
like a lot.
respect everyone's like name. And this like amazing work, like especially this past year. So
Yeah. And
wait,
to
I'm
be, like,
getting
seen by your
emotional.
peers.
We gotta keep going. 'Cause
I know, I am too. I feel my eyes getting a little wet too. Okay, where are we now? Oh yeah. Okay, outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy series. The nominees are Christina Applegate, Dead to Me,
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel,
Mm-hmm.
Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary,
Yep, that's popular.
Jenna Ortega, Wednesday,
Yep.
Jean Smart, Hacks.
I'm
Good
kind of
job.
hot because Wednesday a little bit right now.
You
So now-
kind of are Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday's
vibes.
kind of the it
Okay.
show right now.
I think I lost my no, I didn't. The nominees for
That'd be
outstanding
bad.
performance by a male actor in a comedy series are Anthony Carrigan, Barry, Bill Hader, Barry,
Mm.
Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building, Martin
Martin
Short,
Short,
Only
yep.
Murders in the Building, Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. Except it's not about bears. Cooking.
Cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard. Half these shows I don't hear about until they get nominated. So, of the new ones, that is.
So, outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series. Here are the nominees: Abbott Elementary,
Mm-hmm.
Barry,
Mm-hmm.
The Bear,
Mm-hmm.
Hacks, Only Murders in the Building.
All right.
Okay. For outstanding performance by a female actor in a drama series, the nominees are Jennifer Coolidge, The White Lotus,
Whee!
Elizabeth Debicki, The Crown, Julia Garner, Ozark, Laura Linney, Ozark, and Zendaya, Euphoria.
No, only one from The Crown. Didn't The Crown get like 3 of these last year?
Sugar tits.
In whatever that was. Well, maybe
I wish we
I
could do
can't.
break
The
in our
Crown always
stuff
does very
you're
well
doing
here, from what I
in a-
remember.
I know.
It's Netflix.
I had a rehearsal before
course.
this, and it's actually probably
Things got saucy.
that no one saw it.
What does sugar tits have to do with
for outstanding
anything?
performance by a male actor in a drama series, the nominees are Jonathan Banks, Better Call Saul, Jason Bateman, Ozark, he's so great, Jeff Bridges, The Old Man, oh my gosh, they're all so great. Okay, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul, Adam Scott, Severance. I sat next to him on a plane once. Actually, not
Severance
next to
got
him,
a lot of
but couple
nominations
rows, like, behind
last night, but it
Angela
didn't win
Lack, but
anything, from what I
He's
remember.
there. No, I was too scared.
Nice. Absolutely, yeah. Leave people.
Yeah, he and Adam are great pals.
I just started Severance, so good. For outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series, the nominees are Better Call Saul. I love saying that, Better Call Saul. The Crown, Ozark, Severance, The White Lotus.
I was like trying my best to contain my
Ah.
just then.
What is your first
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm
nomination?
sure they both have the
You were
lists,
not-
just in case like one of them like, collapses
Yeah,
or
but
something.
I'm
You know, something really bad like that
Technically, I'm a
happens,
SAG nominee, I guess.
That's
or they
really
lose internet.
cool.
That's
I'm in the ensemble.
that's the more
I
reasonable
love-
explanation.
I love that the SAG Awards have an ensemble nomination.
Well, of course, our minds always go to the worst thing, don't they?
It's
That's
so
how
bad.
that's how humans work.
It is. What's the saying they say? You're only as strong as the weakest link. Teamwork makes the dream work.
There's no I in
I'm from
village.
Sam.
No, it takes a village. There's no I.
It takes a village. Yeah,
There's no
these are
I in
all
village.
things
There
people
is an
say.
I in village.
I'm pretty sure there is.
A lot
But
of
there's no
I thought you said
I in
villain
T.
at first. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's also an I in
Oh,
villain.
wait, there's an
I don't know
us
where
in
you're going with
trust.
this.
Oh, I did
Yes.
that one.
Yeah, there's an us and trust, baby.
Are there more?
Yes, there's more.
I was gonna say.
Okay, now back on track. Our motion picture nominees.
Here we go.
Big deal.
Now we're getting
Okay,
into it.
For movie stars. For outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role, the
Okay.
nominees are
Hit me.
Angela Bassett, Black Panther,
Good
Wakanda
inclusion.
Forever.
I put that in.
Hong Chow, The Whale. Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Probably no Stephanie's.
Stephanie Shu, Everything
Nice.
Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, Stephanie!
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, women
Wait,
talking.
I feel like-
Watch
I
out.
can't believe people are
That might
watching
get a goose egg this
I kinda
morning. Look
think it's
out.
like a real thing. I feel like
I think the viewers have gone down.
Last second, I wish I would have added Hong Chow.
they're like, well,
I thought about it after I saw the movie. I was like, I should add her, but it's. Yeah, I didn't have time.
Okay, anyways, no, we're getting there. We're
I'd
getting
seen
there.
it a day
We're
earlier.
A bit.
Okay, is anyone on here that's been nominated?
That'd be
Are there
nice.
any
Oh, people are having
A-listers on here?
Eh,
Brad? Oh, actually,
Good,
we
good
don't
for
know.
Stephanie Sue though. Man, that bolsters my confidence for keeping her in at the Oscars too. Good for her, and very worthy, of
Anyways,
course.
Yeah.
She might be my favorite in this category. From
For
I've
outstanding
seen all five now.
performance By a male actor in
She
a
might be my
supporting
favorite.
Role, the nominees are
Hit me.
Paul Dano, The Fabelmans.
Okay.
Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin. Barrett Bogan, The Banshees of Inisherin. Keefe Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Eddie Redmayne, The Good Nurse.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So
we
no
didn't
Jeremy
do
Strong.
Sportscaster
Okay. I tried to throw in a
lands,
curveball there.
But that's where we landed.
So maybe
It was
Jessica
very
Chastain
official.
in the
Thank
actress.
you.
Let's see.
That's nice.
Let's see. She might be a double nominee here because she's on the TV side.
Okay, I'll be official too. I'll try my best. The nominees for outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role are Kate Blanchett,
Yep.
Tar, Viola Davis, The Woman King,
Yep.
Ana de Armas, Long,
Ooh, nice.
Danielle Deadweiler, Till, Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo.
I'm getting like 4 out of 5s on most of these,
Well, it's really took a...
or 3 out of 5 in
Okay.
supporting actor at least.
Now, for what personality... No, I'm just kidding. Let me just read it.
Or
For
3 out of 5 in
outstanding
supporting
performance
actress, too.
By a male actor in a leading role, the nominees are Austin Butler, Elvis.
Yep.
Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin. Brendan Fraser, The Whale.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Nye, Living. And Adam Sandler, Hustler.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting. Okay, there's our curveball.
Wow, those are great.
There's our curveball.
actor
Adam Sandler's back in.
performances.
Interesting.
I don't realize until I'm holding paper how much I use my hands when I talk.
Oh, I think that's how hard it is to read.
I don't know what to
because
think about that.
I don't
I
realize
think
if I'm
Jackman
looking
is
at
out.
words, that it's
Uh,
actually really hard to read.
Again, that was a late screener though.
But-
Maybe they didn't get
okay,
to this
cool.
one at SAG.
Wow.
That could be also
Those
an
are great
explanation.
actors.
We'll see.
Colin
We'll see.
Farrell, I
But
would
not-
love to work with Colin Farrell.
Not a great sign for Hugh
wait,
Jackman.
Yes,
And
with your second cousin.
Second cousin. Justin
Okay,
Bieber.
Banshees can tie here if they get in
And
for
honestly,
ensemble.
Colin's probably one of the most present.
And
actors
actually,
that
so
I've ever seen.
can Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Is
We
this
could
now
have 2
Colin
films
Farrell
tie for
saying
5.
Insta-Live?
Here it comes.
I think it should be. We should.
I was
we
also
have
told
the.
not to say Austin Butler with an Elvis accent, so I...
You should change your account, the Netflix account, to an Austin Butler account, and I should change the SAG
Can't spell
Awards account
his name
to a
for some
Colin
reason.
Farrell account.
They're talking about
I
Austin
would
Butler. I
also
was like,
change
oh,
to
I totally
Everything
butchered that
Everywhere
when I
All
was trying to
Standing
type it.
Out. We're just gonna have afterwards.
Austin Butler and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
One category left. Come on, gals.
Okay,
Get
wait,
to
this
it.
is the last one. We're almost there.
Exactly.
I know everyone's on on the edge of their seat.
Right. And I'll have
Finally,
half an hour tops to talk
nominees
about
for
these. So,
outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture. It is the last one, right?
all right,
Okay, we didn't skip it.
lay it down.
Okay, for motion picture are Babylon, which is literally the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, it's not.
I can't wait.
And Brad Pitt as well. He's a part of that, so Brad.
That makes no
shout
sense.
out to Brad. The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Fabelmans. Women Talking. Great films.
We did it!
We did it. Well, we didn't really do that much. All the people nominated.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and dive in here, shall we? Like I said, I'll have about 28, 29 minutes tops to talk about these. I don't know if we're going to need all that time, but let's go ahead and get into them here. Okay, so there's a couple curveballs in here. Probably the biggest one is Adam Sandler for lead actor. That one, his campaign seemed to fizzle out really early. I'm not sure if he was... I can't remember if he was considered in the comedy race or in the drama race for the Globes. That would have been, probably... especially if it was in the comedy race, that would have been the place to keep his campaign really going. But the fact he couldn't get in, I think that felt like it was done. But now he's here at SAG. Really interesting to see both Women Talking and Babylon get in for ensemble when they have no other nominations. We do not have a weird Power of the Dog one here where they get like 3 nominations but no ensemble. Not that I'm seeing here. You've got Black Panther has a couple. We did, both, since Stephanie Sue got in, there's Everything Everywhere All at Once getting 5 and Banshees getting 5. So both of them tie with Chicago, Doubt, and Shakespeare in Love to be the most nominated films in SAG history. So good on to those movies for keeping that momentum going for their films. Fabelmans gets 3 with, just the 2. There's no Michelle Williams. I didn't even recognize that till now. That is a very peculiar miss. Because Williams seems to be one of those that has really not had a problem. Let me remind myself, is she in at on the BAFTA long list? I thought she was, but maybe she's not. Need to remind myself here. Yep, she's on. She was the only actor to get in on any of the long lists for the Fabelmans at BAFTA. So this is just all over the roadmap this year for Fabelmans. Does well at the Globes, nominations-wise and win-wise, then goes on to BAFTA to be mysteriously missing from a lot of those tech categories and quite a few of the top categories, too. And then here at SAG, okay, it gets back in for Paul Dano, but no Michelle Williams? But it's in for ensemble? The fuck is going on with this fucking movie? That makes... this is all over the place. I don't know what that spells for at all for the film when we get to the Oscars. I mean, it could... really, at this point, okay, we're looking at either it's West Side Story, where it gets a fair number of nominations, but it doesn't... it's not across the board in everything, or it's going to end up probably like Lincoln, which got 12 nominations. Or Schindler's List got 12, too, and that got in virtually everywhere it could have, both films, except arguably Schindler's List could have gotten 2 or 3 more, I guess. But so yeah, no Michelle Williams is a big head-scratcher here, especially since they put Paul Dano in, and seeming all the buzz I've heard, Williams is the big performance in the film. Hers is the one that has gotten all the credit and everything, and yet nowhere to be seen here. She is Ana de Armas is instead nominated in favor of her, and she is playing a very big Hollywood person. It is a Netflix film, so it's pretty widely seen. And no, by the way, first time in a long time I can remember there's no Netflix nominees in for ensemble this year. And if I really quickly scan this, is the Adam Sandler one a Netflix film? It might be. Otherwise, I think they've got a nominee in almost every category. Otherwise, because maybe not a stunt ensemble. No, none of those are Netflix films in stunt ensemble. But yeah, let me look, because I know, and he has been doing a lot of Netflix stuff lately. Yes, it is a Netflix film. Hustle is. So you got one an actor, one an actress. The Good Nurse, I'm pretty sure, is a Netflix film. Unless I'm mistaken. That's Netflix, yep. And then supporting actress. Actually, none in supporting actress. Okay. So that is one of the poorest performances from Netflix in a while. On the film side, that is. TV side, it sounded like they did just fine. But, wow, okay. Otherwise, I guess, yeah, Elvis not getting in for ensemble. Yeah, it just didn't feel like that was a fit. So I didn't have that one in. Instead, let me go back. Hold on a minute. Can I look at these again? I got my Gold Derby one up. Just they've already graded some of these. That's nice. Yeah, good to remind me what I've got right and got wrong. A 4 out of 5 though on lead actress and lead actor are my 2 best scores. I didn't have any 5 for 5s this morning, which is fine. I mean, these aren't always easy. So no Woman King in ensemble, no Glass Onion in ensemble. Both of them are kind of periphery films right now for the Best Picture. So. In the Best Picture lineup and stuff, so does not help them at all for continuing Best Picture here. Arguably at this point, Banshees, Everything Everywhere, and Fabelmans are your 3 that, generally speaking, are favored to win, so unless we get a really left field contender come out, sounds like it's going to be one of those 3 that wins Best Picture, and that SAG rule is going to hold up with the exception of Green Book and... or is it just Green Book? Nomadland also did not get in for ensemble that year, for at least nominated. So, yeah, only 2 films in the 28 years of the history of SAG, so, except for Braveheart. Braveheart also was not nominated. So 3 films in the history of 28, 29 years now. That's a pretty good track record. That's a pretty good one. Let's see, but Jessie Buckley not getting in, and she's not on the long list at BAFTA. Just, that is going to be really hard. And it's really going to hurt that film's chances, generally speaking, because if the actors can't get behind that film, and it's a film about, again, literally women talking, that's, I don't know if that's out for picture, but certainly it doesn't help in director, unless, now, Sarah Polley, I think, can bounce back really good today if she gets in at DGA, and it can, PGA, but PGA is going to be a big test for that film here tomorrow to see if it gets in. But yeah, that's again another one that is very sporadic this season. Almost nothing from the Globes nomination-wise. Gets a bunch of stuff at Critics' Choice. We, kind of here and there performance at BAFTA with a lot of the long lists and some, not a great sign for a lot of their actors and stuff. And then here at SAG, it misses everything, but still makes it for ensemble. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with that one either. And then Babylon, another one. It's like, okay, I get there's a big cast, and they were, a lot of them were all single credited. And I stuck around at least long enough for that one. I didn't immediately want to leave the theater, but I was like, I wanted to, but I was like, okay, let me just for the fucking goddamn SAG rules and stuff, let me just make sure. So the ensemble for that one is probably the largest of any of the films here, because Banshees, generally speaking, pretty small cast. Everything Everywhere, generally speaking, smaller cast. Women Talking, I don't think has a large cast. Fabelmans, having not seen that one, that's the only one... Oh, I haven't seen Women Talking either, but yeah, Fabelmans and Women Talking are the 2 I have not seen on the ensemble list, and I would imagine Fabelmans is kind of moderate, kind of side. So Babylon, I think, easily has the biggest cast, though. But again, strange, they can't find, like, Brad Pitt, they can't find a place for Margot Robbie, they can instead put in Eddie Redmayne and Ana de Armas. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see here. And I was trying to talk there, but Hong Chow, last second I wanted to throw her in, and I'm like, I feel like The Whale is one of those where it's like, I think it's going to, as it's being released here, not only is it continuing to do pretty good at the box office, at least here in the States, it seems like one of those that people are catching up with, and they're liking, generally speaking. Audiences on the Rotten Tomatoes score gave it like a 90% recommending it, so that's a lot higher than the critics score right now. So, if enough of that good buzz continues, then I think Hong Chow has a really good chance at landing a nomination. And look out for possibly these same 5 to repeat when we get to the Oscars. Because Angela Bassett has not missed anything. I don't see her missing at BAFTA, even though Black Panther did not do extremely well again on the BAFTA long lists. I don't know. I think with their jury bullshit going on, I think they'll get her in, and it's 6 slots. If she does not get in with 6 slots, I don't know. Especially after the Globe win, we'll see. Now, remember, Jodie Foster won last year, but again, that was a different case because her film last year, which I can't even remember, I can remember the title, but I can't pronounce it. Was it Manchurian? It was like the Manchurian or something weird like that. Her film was not being extremely widely seen. It wasn't expected to be a barnstorm, thing. Versus Black Panther, very widely seen, over 800 million worldwide. On the periphery in that 11 to 15 range for Best Picture, potentially. So, yeah, that's a totally different case. So, yeah. So, yeah, I will have to probably boot somebody in favor of Angela Bassett here at the Oscars today. But, yeah, Hong Chow, I did put her back in, did I not? Hold on. One of these other times I looked at my Oscar list and I thought I put her back in, but we'll see. And I can't remember who I took out. It wasn't Jessie Buckley. I think I've still got her in, so I can't remember who it was I took out. Might have been somebody else, but yeah, we can probably circle back to that at some point. Otherwise, supporting actor for the most part, that was pretty close. Just Eddie Redmayne and Paul Dano. So yeah, I had the wrong Fabelmans guy in, but yeah, that was going to be a weird one. And then yeah, I felt like that curveball might be Armageddon Time, a film that had screened early enough, released early enough. And he's an actor that's worked with a lot of people, so it felt like that was one that was going to happen. But if it had been a Netflix film, maybe it would have been a little more secure. But nope, there you got Eddie Redmayne in a Netflix film, and he did get nominated at the Golden Globes. And both he and Jessica Chastain are on the long list for BAFTA in their respective categories. So we'll see if he gets one of the 6 slots. I mean, maybe. Otherwise, yeah, Judd Hirsch. Yeah, I don't know if he's out, but it's getting a little tougher for him. Paul Dano is one of those, and remember, he was nominated here, I believe, by both Globes and SAGs a few years ago for that Beach Boys biography, the Brian Wilson one or whatever. So, and he did not end up getting nominated at the Oscars. So we'll see. And he's not on the long list at BAFTA, so we know he's not going to show up there. So that's going to be a tough one to nail, I think, going forward. And Best Actress too, with Michelle Williams not making it here. Do you just sub her in for Ana de Armas and just go with that? Does Margot Robbie still get in? Does Viola Davis drop out, or possibly even Danielle Deadwyler drop out? Again, that's going to be another film. Till is going to be another film where it's really expected just to get that one nomination. So are enough voters watching it? And that was another one that didn't make a huge dent at the box office either. She is on the long list at BAFTA though, so I think as long as she gets nominated at BAFTA, I don't see a problem with still saying that she's going to get in. So yeah, so we've got legit like 7 contenders there for Best Actress still. Otherwise, yeah, that 5th slot in Best Actor is going to be a fun one to try to nail. We'll see. Yeah, otherwise, I think that's generally speaking, yeah, I feel like that should wrap it up here. I don't really have way too much else to add. I guess we can real quick try to pick out the winners here. For Stunt Ensemble, the first Black Panther won. I'll probably pick Black Panther Wakanda Forever for that one. In Supporting Actress, I don't know. Angela Bassett did win last night. Otherwise, I can see, there might be some split voting going on between Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Sue. If Jamie Lee had been the only choice for Everything Everywhere, maybe I would have given her a little more clout in that race. But just based off the momentum right now, I'm going to go Angela Bassett. I don't know if she goes all the way to the Oscars and wins there as well, but I'll pick her to win at SAG just for now. And we'll see where else the momentum of the season goes. Supporting actor, yep, no reason not to pick Ke Huy Quan there. I think he's gonna keep going. Cate Blanchett, again, no reason not to pick her for Best Actress. Best Actor, with the Hong Chow nomination, I think that really helps Brendan Fraser. That shows that enough of the voters were watching it at this nomination stage, and I think, yeah, again, with it continuing to do well box office-wise, I think more people are going to see it, and I think they're... plus, it's just a good story with the comeback role and everything, and it is a heavy prosthetics, makeup role and stuff, so I think they're going to go for it. I don't think Austin Butler or Colin Farrell, though, should be completely counted out. I just think it's probably Fraser's to lose. And then for Ensemble, this could be one where Banshees can't win anything but just takes Ensemble. They could be trying to predict who's going to win Best Picture, and they could easily go with Everything Everywhere, especially if that picks up 1 or 2 wins elsewhere in the night. They could even go Fabelmans, if they, again, think that one's going to win. And, it's only got one other nomination in Supporting Actor, so yeah. But, when they got down to that last one, I was like, for a second, I was like, oh, it is The Woman King, I got it right. Or it's Glass Onion, but nope. They go women talking. Let's see here. Otherwise, were there any films that completely laid an egg that are big in the Oscar race right now? That I'm totally missing? No, I think generally speaking, almost everything, all the films I have in for Best Picture right now, except for All Quiet on the Western Front, which we didn't expect to be a nominee anywhere here this morning. Everything else has at least a nominee here, at least one, including Avatar. So that was a big surprise for me too. I really was not putting any stock in Avatar. Triangle of Sadness is one I know some people have been kind of a little hyped up after the BAFTA long list and stuff. Like maybe that could come back and get a nomination or two in like the acting races. Nobody from that film here today. Glass Onion, I think again really hurt by just getting nothing here this morning. Especially after the first Knives Out, came out and then kind of peaked after the SAG nominations. It kind of felt like, oh, we can make up for that because that was a film that everybody liked, and that could get in for ensemble. Nope, cry that dream away. Otherwise, She Said got nothing here, which is again just not a great sign at all for Carey Mulligan. I think it was Carey Mulligan I dropped in favor of Hong Chow at the Oscars, by the way. I can probably look at the list here in a second. And then, The Woman King, I was already kind of on the periphery, but not getting anything here today except for stunts and Viola Davis. Not getting the ensemble nomination, I should say, was not great support-wise. But, Babylon, even though Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt both missed in their respective categories, the fact that it got ensemble doesn't mean the film is not unseen by SAG. So that's, generally speaking, that's still a sign that, hey, it's not out, down and out completely yet. Let's see. Otherwise, I think I don't think that's end of the road for Carey Mulligan, but certainly that feels like one of the last hammer blows for sure. Dolly De Leon, again, she is on the long list for BAFTA, so she might come back for that one. Claire Foy feels like that's completely done, though, for supporting actress. Let's see. Again, Judd Hirsch is going to be an interesting one going forward. I just don't know about Eddie Redmayne. He's a previous winner. Sometimes they do if they've got an open slot, they'll go with a previous winner, like Judi Dench last year, getting in for supporting actress. So maybe it would. That argument, that angle makes sense. Again, just secondhand, I've heard a couple people that have at least one person that's seen the movie, and she said that he was really good in it. So, Otherwise, there's not really anybody right now that I can think of in Best Actor who's got a likely film who's a previous winner who can come back and be that fifth slot if we're going to go with that rule. But I just not at this rate. Okay. Really quick, let's go ahead and put in our nominations here, predictions for PGA. Let's get that out of the way too, since that's coming out tomorrow. I will, by the way, I'll be done here today. We'll recap what happens today at DGA and at PGA tomorrow after both of those have been announced. So probably later in the day here tomorrow, I'll get around to that. For PGA, Everything Everywhere All at Once, easily in. Fabelmans, easily in. Banshees, easily in. Top Gun, easily in. Elvis, I think pretty easily gets in. Avatar, I think gets in. I think those are your strong 6. After that, it gets a little dicey. Tar, for whatever reason, I can see Tar missing. I also have that missing here at DGA today. We'll see, or did I put that in? I can't even remember. Maybe I should look at that list again. But I thought I put him in. Did I not? I thought I put him in. I don't know. I can look at the list here again for director here in a second, and I can maybe redo that one. So Tar, I think, does get in at PGA tomorrow, though, so that would make 7. I can see Glass Onion bouncing back and getting in. That would make 8. Babylon probably gets in, but it's kind of shakier ground. That makes 9. I don't know if All Quiet on the Western Front is going to qualify, so I'm going to leave that one out for the moment. So it's down to Women Talking, Woman King, or possibly The Whale, I think, being that last one. Unless, again, they go with a curveball pick. But once in a while they do, and they go with a more like popcorn, bigger hit movie. So Black Panther, possible. The Batman, probably not. I think that needed to get a little more love here today. Some people, Nope has been doing okay with a couple things here and there. I don't think so. Yeah, probably Black Panther would be the one to upset there. But, yeah, let me go ahead. Yeah, let me name off the films here that I'm going to go with. Everything, Everywhere, Fabelmans, Banshees, Top Gun, Tar, Avatar, Elvis, Babylon, Glass Onion. And I'm gonna put Woman Talking in there as number 10. Just barely, though, in favor of Black Panther and of Woman King. Both of those, I think, do have a good shot at getting in at PGA tomorrow. And then for DGA, which is again later today, I think Spielberg's in, the Danielses are in, and I think Baz Luhrmann is in. Those are the three I said we're more confident in last night. And then I think I dropped Sarah Polley, so I don't have her getting in. I'll go Todd Field, and for the fifth slot, it's between Martin McDonagh, James Cameron. Banshees, I don't think has missed a ton for this for the lists here so far from the Guild, so I'm going to go Martin McDonagh. So it'd be Todd Field, Martin McDonagh, Daniels' Spielberg, and then Baz Luhrmann. So I have 4 of those 5 right now at the Oscars. Edward Berger, I think, can sub in for one of those. I still have him in at the Oscars right now for that 5th directing slot. All right, so I think that's everything here today, so I will go ahead and sign off. And we will, again, be back tomorrow after PGA has announced, probably, again, a little later in the day after PGA has announced, and we'll kind of line that up, talk about that, and DGA, which will, again, they will announce later today, but I will cover that tomorrow. So there you go. There's your SAG Awards.